Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Sidetrack Sunday number 1 for December 2020. Let's see. Let me just give me just 1 second, folks. All right. Well, thanks everybody for stopping by. I've got Brian here from the Iron Horse Route going to give me a hand. Hi, Brian. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate your help.
Glad to be here.
And we're going to be getting Ray in here pretty soon, I hope. So let's see who we got in chat. Got a few people here, it looks like. Anthony Dodge, welcome. Sean McGee, Ken Amos. Welcome, guys. Lee from Enfield Road, Layout in the Loft. Welcome, Lee. James Galton. Hi, James. Our highballing hogger, Dale, is here. Welcome, Dale. And Jerry Satarelli. Hey, Jerry. Let's see. Rick Bailey's here. Hey, Rick. Great to see you. Chris from Go Via or Go Home. Marty, MnM Shortline. Let's see. Chris Birchfield's here. Bill from New Fenris Railroad. Ken Amos. I don't know whether I mentioned you or not, but welcome, Ken. CP368 Productions. Reading Railroad fan. Welcome, guys. Joe Rader. Hello, Joe. Let's see. Might have gotten everybody. Lackawanna Rail fans here. And Sparky 107's with us. It's great to see all you guys. Thanks for stopping in. Wicked Insanity is here. Hi, Mike. Thanks for being here. Caboose 121. Let's see. I think I got everybody. So let's see. How many do we have in chat, Brian? I can't see that. Can you see?
Hello, Sparky, in chat and on screen. No, actually, I have to go to another screen, but I can try.
Don't worry about it. Let me see. I'll check it over here. Looks like 21. Okay.
I'm showing 24.
All right. Well, there's always a little bit of a difference. Andy Ambrose, welcome. Steve 87. Great to see you. And Steve Childers, great to see you. Jason Train Freaks here. Hey, Jason. Oh, Sparky says 25. Thanks, Sparky. Mike from Wicked Insanity got half his track. Well, that's a start, Mike. Get the rest of it on Tuesday. That's cool. John Dilly, Grandpa Rails is here. Welcome, JD. Glad to see you.
Hey, JD.
All right. So tonight we're giving away some tunnel portals. I have a couple samples here to show you. Here's the HO tunnel portal. Let me see if I can get a little bit better light here. Nope, that makes it much worse. All right, well, this is what we're going to have to go with, I guess. This is the HO tunnel portal. Let's see. Andy Ambrose says I'm a bit quiet. My volume's up as loud as I can get it, Andy. Sorry. Okay, so this is the HO tunnel portal. There's 4 of them, of course, to give away. They're all the same style, same coloring, like a yellowish or buffish colored concrete. And they've all been weathered. The weathering is all very similar, but since they're hand weathered, of course, there's going to be some differences. And here's the one Brian's interested in. Here's the N scale. It's slightly different design. It's not quite as rustic as the HO scale, but it is.
Those look fantastic.
Oh, thank you, Brian. But they are.
Yeah, I had to have the.
Go ahead.
I had to have the muted because Gracie was drinking water and it sounded like a camel was taking on a small pond over here. My mic was flipping out, so I had to mute it. I couldn't ooh and ah the first time it came up, so I wanted to interject and say how good it looked. Okay, I'm going to mute the mic again.
All right. Well, I can imagine that was quite a sound from Gracie. Anyhow, the N scale tunnel portals are a little bit different. They're not quite as rustic design, a little bit more modern, but still the same buff colored finish and again weathered. So they've all been hand weathered. It's all very similar weathering, but they're not going to be exact, obviously. So let's see if anybody else has stopped in. Oh, Rusty from Possum Bios here. Welcome, Rusty. And Dwayne's Fork and Spoon Railroad. Hey, Dwayne, good to see you. What time do we got here? All right, it's about 5 after. Let's give Ray a little bit of time to get in. He was having a family night, so he's going to be here as soon as he can. I had mentioned it in my 500 subscriber announcement video that I had a special surprise planned. And I'm real sorry. Oh, here comes Ray. All right. Pretty soon Ray will be here. Anyhow, unfortunately, I'm really sorry to report that I wasn't able to make my special surprise work. We lost Ray. I guess he'll be back. What the surprise was, if you'll picture like the embossed brass signs that you might see like across the top of a tunnel portal. 1 second, Ray is trying to get me here. Okay, Ray will be with us in a minute, he says. Anyhow, the brass embossed like tunnel portal name, like would say Moffat Tunnel or something of the sort. And that's what I was planning for the grand prize winner. I had it worked out for the HO scale. It would have actually been cast out of metal. It wouldn't have been brass, but it would have been a brass colored softer metal. Which I think would have looked really cool, and I was planning, and that's what I was hoping to do. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to work that out for N scale. It would have been so grossly oversized that it just wouldn't have looked right. I even talked to Jim Tedesco about possibly engraving the tunnel names for the N scale people, since I couldn't cast it in the right size for N. And Jim was willing to help me out, but I wasn't able to find any engraving metals of a thin enough size that wouldn't have been almost as thick as the tunnel portal. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to scrap that idea for now. I'm still going to work on it though, because I definitely want it for my tunnels. So what I'm going to do for the grand prize is whoever the grand prize winners may be, I will include one of my mugs. I don't have a Teespring store set up, but, well, you've seen I've designed a shirt, and I have designed a mug. Let's see how well this shows up. The top picture would be, obviously the front, and then the bottom would be the backside. So I'll include that as the grand prize winner, and I'm real sorry that I couldn't work it out. But like I said, you N scale guys, you're just the problem. Everything is so little for you. Let's see. Jason's asking about lick and stick decals. No, not quite lick and stick, Jason. I don't think the cast metal would lick and stick too well. Let's see. Do I mean to share my screen? Hopefully, Jerry, you should be seeing me and Brian. If not, no, Sparky, you didn't win, at least not yet. I'm still trying to give.
John,
I'm
I
sorry.
think what he's saying. I'm looking back at my TV, and it looks like we can see your window tabs at the top on the live stream, and
Okay.
maybe that's what somebody was referring to.
There we go. Now they're gone. And there we got Ray.
Okay,
Hey, Ray,
so
how
that,
are you? Glad to see you.
I'm better now.
Well, I kind of threw you a hook, Ray, by changing things at the last minute.
Well, you know.
I was originally going to go with Zoom, but Zoom puts a 40-minute time limit on you.
Right.
And I didn't
Yep.
want to be ending this if I was halfway in the middle of drawing the winners. I didn't want it to be shutting off on us. So I decided at the last minute, I decided we better go with Whereby.
That works for me.
All right. So
I see we got Brian up here with us.
yeah, what I decided to do, I was going to tap into the Community Roundhouse team and the Sidetrack Sunday team.
Oh, there you go.
So I got Brian from Community Roundhouse and
And it's
Ray
nice
from
to see you,
Sidetrack
Ray.
Sunday.
Good to see you too, Brian.
I appreciate both you guys helping me out here. I also picked you guys because
My
Ray,
pleasure.
Ray, you're HO and Brian is N. So Ray, you're going to help me choose the N scale winners since you don't have a dog in that fight, and Brian will help me choose the HO scale winners since he's out of that too. So there's no impropriety involved.
Right.
So
All
this
right.
means I cannot win HO since I'm picking it, right?
That means you cannot win HO, correct?
I might convert. If.
So we've got 33 HO entries and 20 N scale entries. So the odds really aren't too bad. Nathan DeLay's here. Hi, Nathan. Great to see you. And there's Heath from Humanity Junction. Welcome, Heath. Ian from the Lehigh River Subdivision. How are you, Ian? And I hope I didn't miss anybody else. If I did, I apologize. Let's see, what time is it? Well, I guess we got a few people in here now. I have no idea how many, but let's see. It's about 10 after, so I guess everybody's going to be here. So what do you say we get started? We'll start with the N scale winners first. So Ray, you're in the hot seat.
Okay.
Tell me when to stop shaking.
All right.
All right. Now I'm going to start picking the names. You tell me when to stop, and when I stop, that's the winner.
All right.
Okay. So let me get this over here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Stop.
Stop at 7. All right. So there's our first N scale winner. Let's see who that is. And that is MartyM, or MnM Shortlines. Congratulations, Marty. Let's see.
Yay, Marty. Good pull, Ray.
All right. Now we'll give us another good shake. And we'll pick our second winner. Still you, Ray.
All right.
So now we're at 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Stop.
All right, 6. Let's see who this is. And as Brian would say, it's Wild Bill from New Fenris Railroad. Congratulations, Bill. All right.
Another good one, right? You're good.
Well, I can help you out there, Brian.
Yeah.
All right. Now we'll get back to you in a
These
minute,
are two
Ray.
of the people that paid me off.
All right. Here is our HO scale entries. I had one entry who is John from Mystic Southern Railroad entered for both N and HO. So I left him out in case he won the N scale. He didn't, so he's going in the HO. All right, so Ryan, you're up, man. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right. All right, you got 33 entries here, so you tell me who the winner is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Stop.
6.
Stop.
Stop. All right. All right. First HO scale winner is George Murakami. Let's see if I can get it to show up. George Murakami. He is number 1. Congratulations, George.
Nice. Way to go, George.
All right.
Congratulations.
Okay, out of 32 this time, Brian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Stop.
Stop at 5 or 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
5.
5. Okay. 5 it is. All right. Let's see who this is. HO scale winner number 2 is Bernard C. Congratulations, Bernard.
Nice.
Nice. Number 2 is
All right.
Bernard.
Congratulations, Bernard.
Okay, so now we are going to pick the grand prize winners. Let me get rid of these. Find the thing. All right, what I have in here now is I have 10 slips. I have 3 of them are marked number 1, 3 of them are marked number 2, and 4 of them are marked both. Let's see, are they on here? 3. What did I do here? I think they're sticking together on me. There we go. 2, 4, 6. 1 second, folks. Sorry about this.
Well, this is better than watching Jason trying to put on decals, you know.
Or draw bingo numbers. All right. So there's 10 numbers in here. There's 3 of them are numbered 1, 3 of them are numbered 2, 4 of them say both. Whichever one we pick here gets the grand prize. If it's both, then both of you get the grand prize. And it means you got about 40% chance of both of you winning. So we're going to start with the N scale here. So Ray, you're up in the hot seat. You either get to make these guys happy or me happy. So no pressure, Ray.
Oh, no.
So
No, I dealt with that last Sunday.
Right. All right. So 10 numbers. Tell me when to stop. 1, 2, 3. 3?
3.
3. We stop at 3.
3.
So 3 is... Three says, if I can get up there, number 1. So the end scale number 1, that's Marty. Marty is the grand prize winner. All right, we'll put these back in here. And now, Brian, you're up. You get to... All right, well, at least I don't have to try and get even with you somehow. You only gave away 1 grand prize.
Okay.
All right, Brian, I already know which way you're going to go.
All right, that's right. I like to make your life challenging.
Yeah, I know you do. All right, so 10 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That'll work.
5. Stop.
That's good.
Okay,
Yeah,
right. Okay.
that's good.
And this is number 2. Number 2. So the HO scale number 2.
Bernard C, huh?
Huh? You didn't see
That's
that?
Bernard, right?
Let's see. I think so. Bernard C. Yes, Bernard is the HO scale grand prize winner. So
Congratulations to everybody,
Yeah,
especially Marty and Bernard.
Congratulations to Marty, Bernard, George Murakami, and Bill Sullivan. Appreciate you guys entering the contest. You guys have until Friday, whatever Friday's date is. Friday, December 11th at 11:59 to get in touch with me and claim your prize. My email address is on my About page. So get in touch with me and we'll get your prizes out to you. And if not, then I guess we'll have to have another drawing. So let's see. I see Corey stopped in, Randall Ellison, Norman Rose here. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate your entries. And Brian and Ray, I really appreciate you guys helping me out here tonight. I really don't have anything else planned for tonight. So if anybody has anything they want to chat about, now's the time.
I see MnM Rails in the house.
There's Mark. Hey, Mark, welcome. Great to see you. Collins Engage is here. Hey, Colin, great to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Dave, BNSFN Scale. I appreciate you being here. Let's see. I don't think I missed anybody else. Doesn't look it. Joe Rader, I think I said hello to you. I'm not sure. If not. Once again, guys, I really expected that to take a little bit longer than it did. So I don't have anything else planned. Let's see. Mark wants Brian to whisper something into that mic. Yeah, Mark, he's keeping it mute because his dog's drinking in the background. And if you've seen the size of his dog, it probably sounds like a waterfall. Tom's Trains and Things. Welcome, Tom. You missed the drawing, and sorry to say, no, you didn't win.
Yeah, we have some rain here, and so she can't be outside or she'll get muddy. And she's actually eating peanut butter out of her Kong ball, which if you want to hear a 100-pound dog try to eat peanut butter out of a ball where it's stuck up in there, it's quite a loud thing. So I'm just keeping the mic muted.
Matt wants to know if anybody has had problems with the Paragon 3 sound decoders. I've never used them, so I can't comment on that. I guess you guys haven't either, so if anybody in chat has, hopefully they'll come up with an answer for you, Matt.
Yeah, still DC here, so I can't help with that one, unfortunately.
Well, I'm just getting ready to convert to DCC, but I don't have any sound yet, so I have no idea what's up with the sound decoders yet.
Hey, Brian, there's a fur ball behind you.
A very large one. Bill, the email is in the About page. You have to look on a computer. I believe the emails don't show up if you're looking on your phone or tablet. But my email address is there. Let's see. Matt's saying his logos keep starting and stopping. And Jason says he has a BLI SW 1500 that likes to die on turnouts, on curved turnouts, sorry. Let's see, Nathan. John, this might be a complicated question. When you were a kid, did you hear about scratch building a lot, or less hearing about it from books or videos? I ask because I'm curious. When I was a kid, Nathan, my dad didn't do any scratch building. He bought the snap together kits. I think they were Plasticville mostly. There was probably a couple of Lionel kits. So no, there was no scratch building then. That's something I picked up mostly from magazines before the internet was around. Let's see. Andy Ambrose says Paragon 3, yes, problems, no movement from new loco, and fitting the stay alive is almost impossible. Let's see. Rick Bailey wants to know what DCC system I'm going with. Rick, I'm going to go with DCC++, although I might look into the DCC++ EX or whatever that new one is called, because that sounds pretty interesting, but I don't know anything about that one yet. Let's see. Brian, Ray has Pyrenees and what is that? Pyrenees and Anatolian mix? Okay.
Yep. Yeah. That was our second rescue. That's Emma.
Yeah. Gracie's Pyrenees.
Okay. Tom said when I was a kid they were called slate tablets. Yeah, you're right, Tom. And when you were a kid, did they even invent the wheel yet? I mean, Tom does have me by a year or two. Let's see. Let's see. I did mention that before. Yes. There's Ink Trails. Hey, Brian. Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Andy, from what I understand, BLI is pretty much hit and miss. I don't have any, so I can't speak from experience. But I've known people who've had great success with them and people who like to throw them up against the wall. Tom says the wheel wasn't invented yet. All right, you should have thought of that, Tom. You'd have been rich.
John, I'm going to pour a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go right ahead, Brian. Brian and Ray, actually, if I'm keeping you from family night, okay. Because that's, like I said, that's really all I had.
Nah, we're good.
Okay.
We finished up at like 5 minutes to 8. Because my daughter still had a couple of things that she wanted to do, but she, like I said, after last night, just kind of bailing on us. She was like, "Can we do it tonight?" And I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Dwayne's Fork and Spoon says Flintstones were a live show. I'm hoping he's talking about when Tom was a kid. Manny Fernandez. Hey, how are you, Manny? Yep, Nathan, you're right. When I was a kid, the Reading Railroad was a business. You're absolutely right. Ran through Bridgeport. I remember the Reading well. And the Pensy. Neither of which are around anymore.
I tell you what, I know that with the Northeast Corridor being not that far from me, I wish I could remember when I was younger actually being able to see the GG1s run up and down past where my dad had his boat.
Oh, yeah, that'd have been great. The Pensy line that ran out behind Sweetland was electrified at one time. And my father remembers GG1s on that. But they pulled the electrification out in the early 50s before I was born, so I never got to see that. But that would have been great. Yes, rest in peace, Reading Railroad. You're very correct about that. I've got I'm modeling 4 lines on my layout, and none of them exist anymore. The Pensy Reading, the which was Allenwood Steel Company's railroad, and Allenwood Steel Company doesn't exist anymore. And the P&W, although the P&W line is still there, it's now run by SEPTA. But the P&W itself is long gone, unfortunately. Train Freak says, speaking of GG1, Ray, when are you going to get a blackjack? You know somebody had to rub it in. I was expecting.
I know. You know what? Every live stream.
Oh yeah, you're not going to live that one down, right?
No, I'm not going to live it down. Nope.
Tom says he remembers Fred and Barney. They were neighbors. Let's see. Nathan says there's a train store in Pottsville that I shopped there, right by the island in Schuylkill Haven, where you walk by a trail from the railroad tracks. That's an abandoned train bridge there. I didn't know there was still a train store in Pottsville. Nathan, I might have to take a ride over someday. BNSF scale says blackjack envy. See, Ray, it's just like when you were a kid in the playground. You can't let anybody know this stuff.
Yeah, you know what? It's all good. It's all good. You know what they say? Good things come to those who wait. So
that's true.
You know
I've been
what?
waiting a long time, man. Let's see. Steve87 says, you know what's funny? If Ray does get the GG1, he'll have to do overhead lines.
I've already got a GG1 and an E33, so I had planned on at some point electrifying this thing from overhead, but that's an undertaking I'm not sure I'm ready to tackle.
That's a lot of work.
It looks so daggone cool, but yeah, it's a beast. I know that's something that I know that if anybody remembers Barry Rosier that used to be with Big Bill when they used to do the Saturday night live streams with the YouTube model builders years ago. He's still around, but the Model Railroad Club that he's a part of, the Strasburg Model Railroad Club, they actually modeled the Strasburg line from Strasburg to Paradise. And of course, once it gets to Paradise, they actually still have the Amtrak that's overhead electric sitting out there, and they actually have an Amtrak train sitting there, and they've got the overhead electric for it. But obviously, it's not used, but
right.
It's just there. But yeah, that's one of those things. Somewhere down the line, I might decide to do that. But
well, Jason thinks you should make the overheads live.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
If I'm going to put all that work into it, it's going to be it's actually going to be live.
Oh yeah.
There's no way you're not. I'm not going to put it up there and not have it electric.
Right.
The only thing of it is I'm not sure how if I ever would decide to convert the DCC, how that works with DCC, but that's another story for another time.
I would think it wouldn't matter. But I don't know either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
John, don't you have an O scale that runs on that on those wires?
I have an O scale GG1. I don't know if I ever showed you this, right? 1 second.
Oh boy, we're gonna go digging into the archives. Oh man, look at this.
This is worth looking at.
This is my O scale.
Nice.
This is heavy. This is all brass. But no, it doesn't pick up the power from the pantographs.
Huh.
It picks it up. It's the standard 3-rail O system. This was my dad's. We had this, and we had a full set of the streamlined passenger cars with an observation car and a dome car and baggage, the whole bit. I have no idea what happened to them, but that was a beautiful set. And I have 2 HO GG1s. This one's probably showing up kind of black, but it is not, and it's not numbered for the blackjack. It's actually a Brunswick green. But this is an old one. This is from the early 50s. This is a pen line, and it's made out of cast lead. And this one has set up with pretty much just a switch to change it between picking up from the trucks or picking up from the pantograph. But it at the moment doesn't run. So I have to take it apart and see what's up with that. But I do have another GG1 that does run. And it will run on my layout, even though it's really not appropriate. But I don't care. I like the Locomotive.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the for the GG1 that I do have, the way it picks up from the overhead is you actually pick the shell off the frame, spin it, and put it back down. And there's a feeler when you bring the shell back together that touches the motor, so it'll run from the overhead. Or you can pick the shell back off, turn it the other direction, and set it back on. That's how you get it from the overhead or from the trucks. Okay. And then my E33 actually has a dip switch inside the shell where you just flip it to say overhead, rail. So that one there is real easy to switch over.
Right. I found the original paperwork that came with this GG1, and it was $9.95 in like 1951 or 52. Be more like 209 now. Let's see, Dave. Yes, Brunswick green is the next step from black, and my other GG1 is in Tuscan, but it's much too light a color. It's really not Tuscan. A lot of the models, they never got those Pensy colors quite right. Let's see here.
Yeah, the Brunswick green and the Tuscan red were just they were. Well, the Tuscan was actually, I think, Pensy's boxcar red, or it was really close to it, but it's still it's not an actual red. It's almost more of a brown.
Yes. Yeah, but the Tuscan red GG1 I have, the HO one, it's just too light. Yeah, it's a brownish color, but it's just way too light. Let's see. Jason says Tuscan for passenger and Brunswick green for freight.
Yep. That's how they were originally. And they used that paint scheme with the F units as well.
Yes.
The brown for the passenger service and the green for the freight service.
Right. Let's see. Andy Ambrose is talking about fitting a frog juicer in the Loco. That's pretty much a keep alive, Andy. Well, no, I guess not. Yeah, I guess it would be. Let's see. Jason says no electric locos on his routes. Yeah, there's none in the time period that I'm modeling on mine. But as the saying goes, it's my railroad.
Yeah, I know the Milwaukee Road and even the Burlington had some rather interesting overhead or had some interesting electrified lines. And I'm trying to think, I think it may have been the Great Northern that was a real. I was saying the Burlington. Wasn't the Burlington. It was the Great Northern that went for the Cascades. And they had their the electrification through there. And I think they were the ones that actually had Little Joe, which was not a small locomotive by any. I don't know how it ever got that moniker, but it looked like a pair of F units back to back on top of a GG1 frame with the pentagraphs overhead. Right. That was a unique looking locomotive.
Yes, it was. And you're right, it was not a little locomotive by any means.
I think actually outweighed the GG1 as well because of the fact that because of going through the mountains, they made it heavier so they could pull more, so they wouldn't have to use it as much.
Well, I think it was longer too than the GG1.
I believe it was.
Yeah.
I believe it was. That one there had a really unique wheel arrangement. I've only seen pictures of it. I don't know if any of the manufacturers even ever tried the model of the thing because it was such a one-off. But right. It was iconic because if you were out in the Midwest, you saw it. Sure. Up in the upper Midwest. I mean, you saw the thing, but.
Corey's saying there's a Little Joe in Northeast PA. I didn't know that, Corey. Where? And Reading Railroad fans asking about the Pensy P5, which was also a unique locomotive. Andy Ambrose says that they were called the Little Joe as they were originally going to be built for the Russians, as in Joe Stalin. Let's see. Nathan says, have I been to Cressona for the trains? What's left of the Reading Rail House is the turntable now in the Pennsylvania Train Museum in Strasburg. No, it's been quite a while since I've been to Cressona, Nathan. I didn't realize that any of the roundhouse was still there. And Andy Ambrose says that MTH makes an HO Little Joe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. I might have to take a look at that.
Yeah. That's definitely worth looking into. Okay. And,
why not? If I'm going to run over Head Electric, what the hey,
Yeah, right. Man. Hey, you got to go all the way if you're going to do it, man.
It was funny because the other night, when Sparky was interviewing Harrison from SMT Mainline, and he pulled out the DD, the Centennial. Right. I turned over, looked at my way. I says, "Yeah, you don't have to worry about me ever getting one of those. It'll never be able to run on my layout. It's too big."
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, there's a lot of locomotives I couldn't get on my layout. A big boy would never fit. Even a Challenger wouldn't make it. Okay, Corey was talking about the community or the town of Northeast PA out near Erie. The Lakeshore Railway Museum. That's interesting, Corey. I didn't know they had one out there.
Well, it's like I didn't know until earlier this year that there was a streetcar museum in downtown Baltimore.
Yeah, I've never been there, but I didn't know it was there. Okay, Andy's saying that the Russians ordered 30 of the Little Joes, but then the U.S. wouldn't let them have them. Well, during that time period, I can understand that. I mean, that was definitely the height of the Cold War.
Jason, I wouldn't mind getting a hold of a cab forward either, even though I don't model the Southern or the Southern Pacific. The cab forwards were just another one of those really unique locomotives. It's kind of like the Reading lines with their camelbacks.
Yes.
Just unique locomotives.
Yeah, you never saw any cab forwards around here. Let's see.
Didn't have any tunnels long enough to warrant them.
Yeah, right.
The longest tunnels we have are going underneath the major cities. And of course, at the time, they were trying to get away from running steam through the cities, which was the whole purpose behind the GG1.
Right. And the Pensy would never have run a cab forward. They loved their long hood forwards on everything they ran. That's interesting, Nathan. There's a bridge that you can walk on from the Reading Times, and you can see the trains, and it's close to the Cressona train station. That's interesting. I'm going to have to get out there again sometime. It's been a while. Jason says the first cab forward ever built was named the Freak. That's fitting. Jason was named after you.
You know, Ian, I'm not 100% certain on that. But I think they may have been. Although I know that the Chesapeake and Ohio ran some fairly big steam locomotives out west, Western Maryland. But yeah, I don't know about if that was true or not.
And it's tough to even get challengers on the rails through the Northeast here, like the Pensy wouldn't have had a challenger or the big boys because they just couldn't run them.
But yeah, that's very true, Dwayne. That was the reason why they went with when electric became available. Altoona was the spot that's where they built the GG1s, and the Northeast used a heck of a lot of them. Because you had DC to Baltimore to Philly to New York up to Boston.
Sure.
And that's the thing, Andy. And that was the issue. That was another issue. That's the reason why they had all those electric engines out in the Midwest, upper Midwest too, because getting through the Rockies, you either ran steam with the smoke box behind you, or you needed to electrify the tunnels to be able to get through them, because even with a diesel, when they converted to diesels, they had the same issue.
Sure.
They were killing the crew.
Let's see. Erie had the triplex. I've seen pictures, but I'm not real familiar with that one. Tunnel motors, yep. Well, even the Lehigh Tunnel, the automobile tunnel here has big fans blowing through it to keep from killing everybody from the exhaust.
So what's going on over in your neck of the woods there, Brian?
Nothing to it this way. The layout is growing as long as I can keep the dog hair off of it, and keep the locos clean and all that stuff. I've laid a good bit of track. I've got a few places that I've got to fix a few spots before I do another layout update, because I have expanded again. But I like to get the trains running pretty reliably through an area before I start shooting video or putting video out on it, because goodness knows you can have one little, in scale for sure, you can have one little derailment that turns into about 8 bad places in a quick. If you mess one thing the wrong way, next thing you know, then you're derailing over here and here, and you're back to square one. So I like to get things running pretty well with it before I put out another update. But just getting ready for Christmas, and one of my favorite times of the year. I get a couple weeks off coming up, so I'm looking forward to that.
I guess.
How about you?
He's got a question here for everybody. What is your holy grail locomotive? Well, we already know what Ray's is.
Yeah. It's funny you should ask though, Brian. Here it is. Yesterday, I put up. I did an impromptu live stream working on the industrial area back here. And, after I got done and we chatted for a little bit, and last night I came back down after dinner, and I ripped everything up that I did and redid it. So everything I did on the live stream, it came back up and I started over.
What, you redid it today, right?
No, I redid it last night.
Oh, last night. Okay.
Yeah, after I finished eating dinner, I tore everything up that I'd done on that live and redid it again. So the only issue that I've got over there now is my little 44 tonner took a dump. So I've got to replace that locomotive with something else small that I can put over there, because I had a GP9 doing the switching over there, but that's just too big. It takes up too much space. So I've been looking online to see if I can find a fairly inexpensive replacement, and I think I found one. So I just have to go ahead and bite the bullet and put a bid in on the thing. I'm going to probably end up with another SW9 1200, like I've got over in the main yard to do all the switching over here. So we'll see. There might be a mail call in the future.
Well, I'd rather have an SW9 or an S switcher than the 44 tonners, anyhow.
Yeah, I mean that little 44 tonner that I had was nice, but it keeps breaking gears. That's the issue.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of the old Bachmann units, and it's just not. I bought it because it was a small switcher, and I've had more issues than I care to talk about with the darn thing. So
I just never really liked them. It's not something I'm used to seeing around me. So yeah, it just never seemed to quite fit anywhere for me. Let's see. Well, it looks like we're about 10 of 9 here. So I guess we'll give everybody a chance to let us know what you're doing with your channels. Let us know how many subs you got. You got any contests or anything special coming up? Go ahead and post it in chat. And let's see. Yeah, Ian, I know the Lehigh Tunnel's not far from you. I didn't know how close, but I know it's you're definitely in that area. So let's see. I'm currently at about 532 subs. How many you got, Ray?
I was just taking a look to see what I had. I think earlier today I thought I saw 383. I think is where I'm at.
All right. And Brian, what are you up to?
I looked at some point today. I was at 514, so that means I'm either at 516 or 503 right now. You can never tell. It jumps all over the place sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. Well, Rick Belly's got 271. He says giveaway, giveaway, giveaway. Jason the Train Freak has 394 subs and a 400 sub contest coming up soon. Marty at MnM Shortline has 241. Tom Strange and Things says his layout is vertical right now. How's the move going, Tom? Did you make settlement on the house? Are you ready to move yet? Let's see. Lackawanna Rail Fan just passed 50 subs, and he's very grateful for them. Dwayne's got 170. CP368 has 45. Let's see. Rusty at the Possum Bayou has 130. Nathan DeLay has 939 and a contest at 1,000. Wow, 939. That's pretty good, Nathan. JD has 624 more or less. Joe Rader has 126 with a new video out today. That was pretty cool. He's running some long trains. Sean McGee has 116. Ken Amos, 104. Bill at the new Fenris Railroad has 214. Dale, the highballing hogger, has 247. Jerry Satz, 532. Steve, 87th. has 241. And Sean's got a video coming out Tuesday or Wednesday. And I think Brian's got a video coming out soon, don't you, Brian?
Yeah, I've got a video coming out. I think I'm gonna probably put it out Friday. Trains running, basically just trains running. Kind of watching all that stuff. Drew, all his crazy camera angles and all his cool stuff inspired me to at least run my trains and shoot some videos. So thank you for that, Drew.
Drew always got some good videos, and I just had to put you on the spot there, Brian.
Yeah, vlog 45 will be probably coming out this week if I can get things moving.
All right, cool. Is this Steph? Hello, glad you can make it. Let's see. I probably have a video coming out soon myself. I just put that video out on the microengineering flex track tool, and apparently I confused poor Mark at MnM Rails. So it looks like I'm going to have to do a follow-up. Tom's Trains and Things needs 1,113 to go for a 20,000 giveaway.
Wow.
Very cool, Tom.
You know, it was funny, John. I saw that video that you put up about the curving the microengineering flex track that's already weathered. And I remembered seeing something from Tony Custer years ago on the old Dream Plan Build video series where he talked about bantering it, putting it up against a 2x4 and smacking it with a wedge to get it to bend.
Right.
Your method was a lot quieter.
Yeah, I'm sure. And probably less damage, too. Hey, Bob from the PK and W Railroad Model Works. Great to see you. Hey, at least you made it in before we ended. Otis Tolley. Hi, Otis. Great to see you.
Jason got a train running. Woohoo!
All right, Jason. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hope we're going to see a video of that soon. All right, folks. It's about 5 so I think I'm going to call it a night. Brian and Ray, thank you guys so much for your help tonight. I really appreciate you being here.
Not a problem. Don't forget, we've got the holiday show coming up on the 20th.
That's right. December 20th, it'll be over at Jason's channel, The Train Freak. And it's going to be a special holiday show from the Sidetrack Sunday gang. And I'm not going to give away any secrets, but we're going to have something planned. Something a little bit different. And so again, thank you guys. Brian, thank you. I couldn't have done this without. Well, I guess I could have, but it wouldn't have been as much fun.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for showing up and coming and chatting.
Yep, I appreciate everybody being here. Oh, let's see. Inked Rail's got 4 videos coming out this week. That's cool, Brian. Looking forward to them. All right, I'm gonna call this a night, I think. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the 500 subscribers. And let's see. Next week will be who's up next week? Heath is up next week. For Sidetrack Sunday, that's December 13th at 8 o'clock as always. So we'll see you there. And don't forget December 20th for the Christmas show. Good night, everyone.
Take it easy, everybody. Night, Brian.
Good night, Ray. Good to see you, bud. Good night, John.
Good night, Brian. See you, Ray.
See you, John.